Okay, welcome back. In this video we're going to cut out some windows for this vehicle just so that our vehicle has visibility, and we're going to jump into our front view. Make sure you move your vehicle out of the way so that it's not blocking the image, and we want to add in a cube. Okay, and we're going to use this to shape the windows. So I'm going to select the cube tool and drop one down. Let's go back here, and I'm going to move that into place. Okay. Now, for the sake of time, I'm going to just shape out one window that's going to encompass both of these. But if you wanted to, you could create like two separate windows because this is the same process for the entire thing. But I'm going to kind of put it in the center, and I'm going to add in some edge loops. Just insert edge loop is fine. And I'm just going to kind of drop in some vertices. Now, if I wanted to, I could get very exact with this and do this through the properties here. But I think we could do it this way, and it will still suffice. So nothing more than a 5 by 5, and that should be enough. Okay, I'm going to go to my select tool, go into vertex mode, and now just kind of like what we did before, kind of move these into place so they shape out the windshield. Okay, and just like everything before, the more time you spend getting it right, the more professional it's going to look. But if you kind of do it in a hurry, or kind of similar to me, where I'm just kind of moving quickly through this process, it will work, but it might not look the best. Okay, that looks, whoops, undo that. That looks decent. Okay, I think you got the idea. So there we go. Okay, so we got that in place. I'm going to press spacebar. We can see the section of it, and now we're going to stretch it out. So press R, grab the blue one, go back into object mode, and stretch that out. Just like a big absurd amount is fine. And we want to now move this into the vehicle. Okay, so I'm going to move it into the vehicle. Use my side view here to kind of help that process, and use the image as a reference. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. It's cutting through the vehicle. And now in our front view here, we're going to need two copies of this vehicle. So I'm going to select both of these and then do Control D and then move a copy off of it, okay? And the copy is just going to be used for later as a reference, so you'll kind of see what I'm doing with it. And let's just make an additional copy just in case. I always like creating copies of things. But let's subtract this window first. So to subtract the window, you're going to select the car, hold down Shift, then select the window. You're going to go to Mesh, Booleans, Difference. And when you click on that, it's going to cut out the window, so you can see it did that. And then to add the window back in, we're going to use this copy here. We're going to select the car, hold down Shift, select the window, and then go to Mesh, Booleans, and Intersection. And what that's going to do is it's going to create the piece that was originally subtracted from there. So you can like kind of move that back into the vehicle, and you can turn that into glass, and we're going to do that in a little bit. But for now, I'm just going to kind of keep it out of the vehicle just so we could draw this front view. Okay, so front view, same deal. We're going to use the cube, and we're going to drop in a cube over there. And now let's go ahead, whoops, and position this in place. Okay, so I'm going to use a few less edge loops for this one. And I'll show you the other way of doing it also, so you could like use this if you want. So if you go over to the cube itself, which it's probably over here, polycube 4, and let's change the subdivision amount. Is that it? Yep. The subdivision amount, it will automatically add subdivisions and it'll make it symmetrical. So you just have to find the polycube in the attribute editor, and this one for us at least was polycube 4. Okay, and now I can go into vertex mode and just make these adjustments. Perfect. Okay, and just because I don't have a lot of vertexes, I'm gonna be pretty rough with this. So that looks fine. I'm going to push this one down just a little bit. Okay, so that's my windshield. It looks pretty good. And same deal, go into object mode, and then you can scale that bigger. Okay, if you wanted to encompass your entire vehicle, you can totally do that. Or if you just want it to be in the front or whatever, you could do that as well. So the video cut out a bit, but what I did was I cut out the glass, and you can kind of see what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead also now and move in the intersection glass. Okay. And I'm kind of a little bit worried if I move this in, there's going to be some overlap. So I'm going to move it in, but I am a little hesitant on that. Okay. And now selecting both these pieces of glass, right click, go over to assign new material, Lambert, and then we could change the color to like a light blue and add some transparency to it to make it look more glass-like, like that. And you can kind of see there's a little bit of an overlap to it. It's not a lot though, so we'll just run with it. And I'm going to select the car, right click, assign new material, Lambert, and I'm going to give it a color, so I'll make this a more dark vehicle. I'll make it look cooler. Okay, so there we go. That's our vehicle, and I'm going to go ahead, and I don't think we need this copy anymore, so I'm going to delete that. And now I think we're ready to add in some wheels. So let me go ahead, delete this image as well, and move this back onto the XY plane. Okay, like that. And for the wheels, we're just going to use cylinders and then just UV editor some decals on it. So I'm going to explain how to do that in the next video. Okay, I'll see you then. Peace.